Hello and welcome to Healthy Aging Bites, the channel where we share clear, practical, science-backed health advice to help people over 60 live well, stay strong, and feel in control of their bodies every day. Let me start today's video with a simple question, one that could change the way you feel every single night. Are you eating the right foods at dinner to protect your legs and your kidneys? A common problem often overlooked. Let me ask you, have you ever felt like your legs get heavy or swollen by the evening? Do you wake up at night with leg cramps, numb toes, or find yourself running to the bathroom more than once? And in the morning dew, you wake up tired and sore, like you didn't really rest at all? Most people chalk this up to getting older. I'm 70. Of course I have aches and pains. I don't sleep well anymore. That's just aging, right? But after working with thousands of older adults for over 30 years as a geriatric physician, I can tell you this. It's not always age. Sometimes, the real problem is sitting quietly on your dinner plate every night. The invisible trap on your dinner table. Dinner is supposed to be the time to wind down and eat something light, right? Maybe you have a bowl of canned vegetable soup, a slice of white bread, a warm glass of milk, or a little cheese and crackers. Sounds pretty healthy, doesn't it? But what if I told you these harmless choices could be silently causing your legs to swell, disrupting your sleep, and making your kidneys work harder than they should, especially after age 60? Different perspectives. Skeptical? I get it. You might be thinking, Doc, I've eaten like this for decades. I'm fine. I don't have diabetes. My blood pressure's okay. I'm not worried. A little sauce, a little salt, a little cheese, what's the harm? And I hear you, truly. But I've also worked with patients just like you people who thought they were eating healthy, until one day their legs started swelling and never stopped. Or they ended up on dialysis, with no clue that dinner had anything to do with it. This video is different, and here's why. Today, I'm not just going to say cut this or don't eat that. I'll go deeper. I'll break down the actual medical reasons why certain common foods can quietly damage your legs and kidneys over time. I'll share real stories from older adults right here in the US who made simple changes and saw big results. And most importantly, I'll show you what to eat instead without forcing you to give up flavor or go on a miserable diet. A 5-minute secret at the end of the video. Stick with me until the end, and I'll also share a simple 5-minute evening habit that's helping hundreds of older adults sleep better, wake up with less pain, and give their kidneys the break they desperately need. It all starts with awareness. Yes, we're getting older. That's a part of life. But aging doesn't mean you have to live with aching legs, swollen feet, interrupted sleep, or kidney strain. Just a few smart changes to your dinner routine can give your body the rest and recovery it needs starting tonight. And here's the best part. It's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80, your body will thank you for every positive step. But first, a quick favor. Before we jump into the 6 most common dinner mistakes older adults make and how to fix them, if you find this topic important, give this video a like, share it with a friend or loved one who's dealing with restless nights or leg pain, and subscribe to Healthy Aging Bites so you never miss a practical tip that could change how you sleep, move, and feel. Now, let's get started with the first mistake that could be silently hurting your legs and kidneys every single night. Ready? Let's dive in. Part 2. Why your dinner choices matter more after 60. The science behind leg pain, sleep troubles, and kidney strain. As we age, many things change, some expected, others surprising. You might notice your energy dips faster in the evening, or that your digestion feels slower. Maybe your legs swell more than they used to, or your sleep just isn't as deep. The truth is, after age 60, your body becomes more sensitive to what and when you eat. And dinner, more than any other meal, has the most impact on how your body recovers overnight. Your body at night, what's supposed to happen? Let's take a look at how the body's night shift works in a healthy aging adult. At night, when you sleep, Your body isn't just resting, it's working hard to repair, rebalance, and reset. Your kidneys slow down and shift into maintenance mode, filtering waste at a slower, more efficient pace. Your heart rate and blood pressure drop to give your cardiovascular system a break. Your immune system kicks into high gear to fight inflammation and repair damaged tissues. And your brain flushes out built-up toxins and resets hormonal rhythms. But this natural restoration only happens if your body isn't still busy trying to digest heavy meals, process salt or sugar overload, or handle stimulants like alcohol or caffeine. After 60, everything slows down, and that's normal. As we get older, several changes take place that affect how our body handles food. 1. Your kidneys aren't filtering as fast. By age 60 plus, your kidneys may be filtering up to 30% slower than they did in your 30s or 40s. That means extra salt or protein from dinner may not clear as efficiently and could strain your kidneys overnight. 2. Your digestion becomes less efficient. Your stomach produces fewer digestive enzymes. That makes it harder to break down fatty foods, red meat, or die especially late at night. 3. Your blood vessels become stiffer. This reduces circulation to your extremities, especially your feet and legs, which can lead to swelling, cramping, or that heavy-legged feeling by bedtime. 4. You become more sensitive to fluid shifts. Ever wonder why your feet swell at night? It's because as you lie down, gravity redistributes fluid that's been pooling in your lower legs all day, especially if your kidneys can't keep up. Why your legs are first to complain. If your dinner is too salty, too heavy, or too sugary, your legs often send the first warning signs. Why? They're the farthest from your heart, so circulation is more easily impaired. Swelling from fluid retention often collects in your ankles and feet. Nerve endings in your legs are more likely to be affected by poor blood sugar control or inflammation. This is why so many people over 60 experience leg cramps at night, a burning sensation in the feet, swollen ankles, or legs that feel too heavy to lift in the morning. And what about your kidneys? Your kidneys are some of the hardest working organs in your body, and they're quiet fighters. By the time you notice a problem, it's often years into silent damage. But the signs are there if you know what to look for. Waking up to urinate more than once a night. Back discomfort, especially in the lower flank area. Dry skin or itching as waste builds up. Morning fatigue, even after a full night in bed. If you're over 60 and your dinner habits are overloading your system, you might be forcing your kidneys to work overtime when they should be resting. The bad dinner cycle. Here's how it often plays out. You eat a normal dinner, maybe a bit salty, a bit heavy. Your body struggles to digest it overnight. You wake up tired, with swollen feet or sore legs. Because you're tired, you move less during the day. That leads to even worse circulation, less mobility, and more swelling the next night. And the cycle repeats. The good news? You can interrupt this cycle. It's not about giving up food, it's about eating smarter. One of the most powerful things I've learned over the years is this. Older bodies don't need extreme diets, they need thoughtful timing and gentle support. That means choosing lower sodium and natural options, eating protein earlier in the day, and lighter meals at night, avoiding hidden sugars in sauces and drinks, supporting your kidneys and legs by giving them space to rest, not more work. What happens when you eat right for your age? You don't have to wait months to see the difference. Many of my patients report improvements within 1-2 weeks of changing just a few dinner habits. Sleeping through the night without waking up with lighter, more energized legs, fewer leg cramps, less foot pain, clearer mind, and more morning energy. A sense of reset they haven't felt in years. Final thought, your body is still listening. Even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, your body is incredibly responsive. It's not too late to take pressure off your legs, lighten the load on your kidneys, and give your body the restful sleep it deserves. You just need to feed it right at the right time. And that's exactly what the rest of this video is all about. Coming up next, we'll break down the first dinner mistake that most people never suspect: too much hidden salt in common healthy foods. You'll meet someone just like you who thought she was eating clean but was quietly sabotaging her legs and kidneys every night. Let's dive in. Part 3. Mistake number 1. Too much hidden sodium at dinner. Let's talk about salt. Not the salt shaker on your table, not the chips you avoid, but the kind of sodium that hides in foods you'd never suspect, the ones you think are healthy, light, or heart-friendly. And let me introduce you to someone whose story may sound a lot like yours. Meet Margaret, a healthy eater with swollen legs. Margaret is 74, a retired teacher living in Indiana. She's sharp, active, and very health conscious. Every evening, her dinner routine was simple: a bowl of vegetable soup from a can, a microwavable light frozen entree, a few low-fat crackers with a slice of cheese, and a small cup of canned fruit. She never ate chips. She didn't add salt at the table. She rarely ate out. By most standards, Margaret was doing everything right. But over the past year, something changed. Her legs started swelling by bedtime. She felt tightness in her calves. In the morning, her shoes felt snug, like her feet had expanded overnight. Her doctor ran tests, nothing serious. Was it just aging? She wasn't convinced. She attended a local senior health workshop where a nutritionist reviewed her meals, and the real issue became clear: the hidden salt trap. Let's break down Margaret's dinner. Food sodium, approx. And I. Canned vegetable soup, tilde, 700 milligrams. Light frozen entree, tilde, 900 milligrams. Canned fruit in syrup, approximately 150, 200 milligrams from preservatives. Crackers and cheese, tilde, 300 milligrams. Total sodium, one dinner, approximately 2,000 plus mg. That's the entire recommended limit for the whole day in just one meal. And she didn't even taste saltiness. Why sodium is a silent threat. After 60, here's what happens when older adults eat too much sodium, especially at dinner. 1. Your kidneys can't keep up. With age, kidney function declines naturally. Sodium becomes harder to flush out. Result: water retention, particularly in the lower body. 2. Blood vessels stiffen. Excess salt increases blood pressure and makes vessels less elastic. This affects circulation in the legs and filtering in the kidneys. 3. You retain fluid while you sleep. At night, when you lie down, gravity shifts fluid back into your system. If your kidneys are overwhelmed, they can't process it efficiently. This leads to swelling, nighttime urination, interrupted sleep. 4. Leg discomfort becomes chronic. Swelling, pressure, and poor circulation contribute to aching calves, restless legs, morning stiffness, sodium and kidney fatigue. The medical link: excess sodium forces the kidneys to work harder, especially during the night when they should be winding down. Long-term high sodium intake is a leading contributor to chronic kidney disease, CKD, silent condition that often goes undetected for years. And remember, CKD doesn't show symptoms until it's advanced. The early signs? Mild leg swelling, more bathroom trips at night, fatigue, muscle cramps. Sound familiar? Margaret's turnaround. Small changes, big results. Margaret didn't go on a radical diet. She just made smart swaps. What she changed? Started making her own soups with low sodium broth and fresh veggies. Switched from canned fruit to sliced apples or fresh berries. Checked food labels and aimed for under 150 milligrams sodium per serving. Reduced frozen dinners to once a week and cooked simple meals instead. The result? In just 3 weeks, her swelling decreased significantly. She slept more soundly, without waking to pee. Her morning energy returned, and her shoes fit comfortably again. Margaret didn't stop eating. She just started eating with awareness. Why healthy labels can be misleading. Many foods marketed to older adults are labeled low-fat, heart-healthy, light, reduced calorie. But what they don't always say is, to make up for reduced fat or calories, they often add more salt to preserve flavor. That's why checking nutrition labels matters more than ever after 60. Quick tip: how to read sodium on a label. Look at the sodium line per serving. Under 140 milligrams per serving equals low sodium. Over 300 milligrams per serving equals high sodium, limit or avoid. Watch out for serving size tricks. Many frozen meals list 2 servings per container. What you can do tonight. You don't need to cut out all your favorite foods, but you can make a few changes right now to protect your legs and kidneys. Instead of, try canned soup, homemade veggie soup or broth, frozen meals, simple, cooked meals with herbs and olive oil, canned fruit, fresh berries, apple slices, banana, store-bought sauces, homemade dressing with lemon, olive oil, garlic, salted crackers, unsalted almonds or whole grain toast. Final thought: you're in control. Leg swelling, restless nights, and kidney stress don't have to be just part of getting older. Sometimes it's not your age, it's your sodium intake. And once you understand where that salt is hiding, you can take back control of your body. In the next part of this video, we'll talk about the second most common dinner mistake: eating red meat too late at night. You'll meet Joe, a 72-year-old who loved his steak dinners until they started waking him up at 4 a.m. with back pain and stiff legs. Let's explore what happened and how a small change in timing transformed his nights. Part 4. Mistake number 2. Eating red meat too late in the evening. For many of us, dinner isn't just a meal, it's a tradition. A way to wind down, to connect with family, or simply treat ourselves after a long day. And for Joe, a 72-year-old retired construction worker from Texas, nothing brought him more satisfaction than grilling a thick cut of steak, pairing it with some green beans and mashed potatoes, and enjoying it with his wife as the sun went down. "I've worked hard my whole life. A good steak is how I feel like myself," Joe said. But something wasn't right. Joe's nightly struggles. Over the course of a year, Joe noticed his body wasn't bouncing back the way it used to. His legs felt stiff and sore every morning. He often woke up at 4 a.m. with lower back pain. His knees felt tight, and sometimes he'd feel a sharp pinch in his calves. His sleep became more restless even though he was physically tired. His doctor ran some tests. Everything looked okay. "Maybe it's just arthritis," they said. But Joe had a hunch it was something else, so he met with a dietitian. And that's when the spotlight turned to his dinner plate. The truth about red meat and aging bodies. Red meat isn't inherently bad. It's rich in protein, iron, and B12 nutrients important for maintaining muscle and energy as we age. But it's also one of the hardest proteins for older bodies to process, especially at night. Let's break down why. Why red meat at night can cause trouble after 60. 1. High in saturated fat. Red meat, like beef, pork, and lamb, contains saturated fats, which are harder to digest, can contribute to plaque buildup in arteries, reduce blood flow to muscles, especially in the legs. When eaten at night, these fats linger in your system, interfering with recovery. 2. Protein breakdown stresses the kidneys. All protein, especially dense, animal-based protein, breaks down into urea and nitrogen byproducts. These must be filtered by the kidneys. Eating a heavy meat-based meal late at night forces your kidneys to work overtime, disrupts their natural rest and reset mode, can contribute to overnight inflammation, fatigue, and discomfort in the lower back or legs. 3. Disrupts deep sleep and muscle recovery. Your body wants to heal and repair at night. That includes reducing inflammation. repairing muscle microtears, clearing waste from the bloodstream. But if your digestive and renal systems are still working hard on that steak, your body can't focus on healing, and your sleep becomes shallow and disrupted. How this affects your legs and joints. The result of a heavy red meat dinner can show up as tight calves, morning stiffness, restless legs, numbness or tingling, especially in the feet, more swelling due to fluid retention from poor circulation, and over time, this added strain can weaken your recovery and energy. Joe's shift. From steak at 7 p.m. to smarter choices. The solution wasn't to give up steak. Joe loved his grilled meat. Instead, he made one simple change. He moved red meat to lunchtime. What Joe did differently: had steak for lunch once or twice a week, switched his dinner protein to salmon, grilled chicken, or lentil soup, added more leafy greens and whole grains to his evening meals, stopped eating meat past 6:30 p.m. The results? His sleep improved within days. He stopped waking up at 4 a.m. His legs felt looser, and he had less morning pain. He still enjoyed meat just at the right time. I didn't have to give up what I loved. I just had to time it better, Joe said with a smile. Why timing is everything. Protein is important, but when you eat, it matters. Eat heavier, complex meals earlier in the day. Your digestion is stronger. Your metabolism is more active. You have more time to burn it off. Eat lighter, anti-inflammatory foods at night. Help your kidneys and muscles recover. Support deep, restful sleep. Reduce inflammation and morning soreness. What to eat instead of red meat at night? Instead of, try benefits. Beef or pork at dinner. Salmon, trout, or sardines. Easier to digest. Rich in omega-3s. Meat-heavy meals, lentil or chickpea soup high in plant-based protein and fiber. Steak and mashed potatoes, grilled chicken and quinoa. Balanced, lighter, kidney-friendly. Cheese-heavy dishes, steamed veggies with olive oil, lower in saturated fat, anti-inflammatory. Final thought. Aging isn't the problem, it's the routine. When you were younger, your body could handle a late-night steak. Now, not so much. Your body still wants to enjoy good food, but it needs your help to enjoy it at the right time. By shifting red meat earlier in the day and choosing lighter, healing meals at night, you're not only protecting your legs and kidneys, you're giving your body the rest it's asking for. And that's not restriction. That's wisdom. In the next part of this video, we'll explore mistake number 3. Sugary sauces and dressings, those little extras that sneak onto our plates and cause surprisingly big problems with circulation, inflammation, and kidney health. You'll hear the story of Carol, a 70-year-old bookkeeper who thought she was eating clean until her legs started burning every night. Let's take a look at what was really happening. Part 5. Mistake number 3. Sugary sauces and dressings. Small spoonfuls, big damage. Sometimes, the danger isn't in the main course, it's in what you drizzle on top. Sauces and dressings may seem like the finishing touch, just a spoonful here or there to add flavor. A little barbecue sauce, a bit of ketchup, maybe some light honey mustard on your salad. But for many older adults, these sweet, flavorful additions are silently wreaking havoc on circulation, blood sugar, and kidney health. Let me introduce you to Carola, 70-year-old retired bookkeeper from Georgia, whose story may feel familiar. Meet Carol, clean eater, surprising symptoms. Carol took pride in her meals. She cooked at home, avoided dessert, and hadn't touched soda in years. No fast food, no processed snacks. But she did enjoy flavor. A spoonful of BBQ sauce on her grilled chicken, a squirt of ketchup on her potatoes, a drizzle of honey mustard dressing on her salad. Nothing extreme. But then came the symptoms. A burning sensation in her legs at night, tingling in her feet, especially in the evenings. She struggled to fall asleep and stay asleep. Yet her blood sugar and blood pressure were normal. It didn't make sense until she spoke with a dietitian, who helped her trace the problem: the hidden sugars and sodium in sauces. Let's take a closer look at Carol's dinner add-ons. Sauce, dressing, sugar, per terabyte sp sodium, per terabyte sp. Barbecue sauce tilde, 5g tilde, 180 milligrams. Ketchup tilde, 4g tilde, 160 milligrams. Honey mustard tilde, 6g tilde, 120 milligrams. Low-fat salad dressings, approximately 5g tilde, 200 milligrams. Daily total: 2-3 tablespoon, 15g sugar, 600 milligrams sodium. Those tiny spoonfuls, they were piling up quickly. Why sugary sauces are a problem, especially at night. 1. Spikes your blood sugar. Even without diabetes, your body becomes more sensitive to sugar with age. These sauces cause blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes, lead to restless sleep, irritability, and nighttime wake-ups. 2. Trigger inflammation in small blood vessels. Sugars and preservatives in these sauces damage the tiny capillaries in your legs, causing burning, tingling, or numbness. Kidneys, reducing their ability to filter waste. 3. Add hidden sodium. Even sweet sauces are often packed with salt. This combination of sugar plus sodium is especially harmful. Raises blood pressure. Strains your kidneys overnight. Contributes to leg swelling and heaviness. How your body reacts overnight. You eat dinner at 7 p.m. The sauces taste great, but here's what happens. 7:30 p.m. Blood sugar spikes, vessels inflamed. 9 p.m. Kidneys start filtering extra sodium and sugar. 1 a.m. You wake up, restless or needing the bathroom. 4 a.m. Legs start to tingle or feel warm. 6 a.m. You wake up tired, bloated, or with sore calves. This cycle, repeated over weeks or months, can gradually weaken your circulation and kidney performance. Carol's turnaround: flavor without damage. Once Carol learned the truth, she didn't quit eating flavorful meals. Instead, she reclaimed control of her ingredients. What she changed: made her own sauces with olive oil, vinegar, garlic, herbs, and lemon juice. Discovered mustard with no added sugar. Created fresh tomato sauce using pureed tomatoes and basil. Used spices like smoked paprika, cumin, and turmeric for flavor. The results? No more burning in her legs at night. Fewer bathroom trips. Woke up feeling refreshed and lighter. She still ate delicious meals, but now they worked with her body, not against it. Smart flavor swaps for older adults. Instead of: try benefits. BBQ sauce, olive oil, plus smoked paprika, plus garlic. Bold flavor, no sugar or sodium. Ketchup, homemade tomato puree with basil natural lycopene, no added sugar. Honey mustard, Dijon mustard plus lemon plus touch of real honey balanced, no corn syrup. Bottled salad dressing, olive oil plus vinegar plus herbs, anti-inflammatory, heart-friendly. But aren't these sauces small portions? Yes, but that's the trick. You may only use a spoonful or two, but your body is less efficient at night. Your kidneys and liver slow down. Your blood vessels are more prone to inflammation. And even a small dose, repeated nightly, has an effect. A spoonful a night adds up to inflammation over time. Final thought: don't lose sleep over flavor. You don't have to eat bland food. You don't have to throw out your favorite meals. But you do need to ask, is this flavor worth the way I feel tomorrow morning? When you find smart swaps and cook with intention, you can have it both ways. Great taste, stronger legs, healthier kidneys, and peaceful, pain-free sleep. In the next part of this series, we'll dive into mistake number 4. Eating too much dairy at night, especially cheese and milk, and why this classic comfort food might be silently tightening your circulation and straining your kidneys after age 60. You'll meet Harold, a retired firefighter, who loved his evening snack until it started waking him up stiff and sore. Let's see what he did differently and how you can enjoy dairy without the pain. Part 6. Mistake number 4. Eating too much dairy at night. Comfort food that can cost you. There's something undeniably soothing about ending the day with a little cheese, a glass of milk, or a small snack in front of the television. It's cozy, familiar, feels like a well-earned reward after a long day. That's exactly how Harold, a 76-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio, felt. Every evening around 8:30, he would settle into his recliner with a small plate of crackers and cheddar cheese and a cold glass of milk. This routine had been with him for years, a comforting way to unwind and close the day. But something else was closing in too. Harold's discomfort wasn't just age. Despite his active lifestyle, daily walks, healthy meals, no junk food, Harold began noticing troubling signs. His legs felt heavy and tight every morning. He experienced numbness in his toes. Getting out of bed became slower, with aching calves. He often felt bloated and sluggish the next day. There were no major health red flags. His blood work was fairly normal, no signs of diabetes, no obvious nerve damage. So what was the issue? A consultation with a senior-focused nutritionist finally uncovered the culprit. It was his nightly cheese and milk habit. The problem with late-night dairy. Dairy, especially cheese, isn't inherently bad. In fact, it's a good source of calcium, protein, and certain vitamins. But for older adults, especially when eaten at night, dairy products can quietly cause poor circulation, inflammation, kidney strain, and interrupted recovery during sleep. Let's explore why. Why too much dairy at night can be harmful. 1. High in saturated fat and sodium. Cheese, even in small amounts, can be dense in sodium, which promotes fluid retention and puts pressure on your kidneys. Saturated fat, which contributes to plaque buildup in arteries, reducing blood flow to your legs. For someone over 60, this can mean swelling in the legs and ankles, restricted circulation, especially overnight, a heavy, aching feeling in the lower limbs. 2. Harder to digest after age 60. As we age, many of us produce less lactase enzyme needed to digest lactose, the sugar in milk. This means gas, bloating, and indigestion, disrupted sleep due to discomfort, less effective nutrient absorption during the night. 3. Overloads kidneys during their rest time. At night, your kidneys should be slowing down, resting, repairing. But dairy requires processing of proteins, phosphorus, sodium. Late-night dairy can keep your kidneys working, which reduces their ability to recover and can contribute to long-term fatigue and function decline. The impact on your legs. When you eat cheese or drink milk before bed, and your circulation is already slowed, fluid builds up in the legs. Blood vessels can't expand efficiently. Muscles don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need to recover. This often shows up as stiff calves in the morning, numb toes, heavy legs that feel hard to lift or stretch. Harold's simple adjustments, big difference. Harold didn't want to give up his nighttime snack entirely, and he didn't have to. With the help of his nutritionist, he made a few gentle adjustments. What Harold changed? Swapped cheddar cheese for a small portion of goat cheese, which is lower in sodium and easier to digest. Replaced cow's milk with unsweetened almond milk. Moved his snack to 7 p.m. instead of 8:30 p.m., giving his body more time to digest before bed. The results? Woke up feeling lighter and less bloated. Calves no longer felt stiff. Slept more deeply and stopped waking up at 2-3 a.m. Still enjoyed his evening routine, just without the hidden cost. The surprising sodium in cheese. Let's take a look at how much sodium and saturated fat are in common dairy choices. Dairy product sodium per ounce, Saturday. Fat notes. Cheddar cheese, 180 milligrams, 6 g dense and salty. Parmesan, 1 tablespoon, 85 milligrams, 1.5 g, often added in layers. Processed cheese slice tilde, 250 milligrams, 4 g high in preservatives. Goat cheese tilde, 75 milligrams, 4 g, easier to digest. Almond milk, unsweetened, approximately 0, 150 milligrams, 0 g lactose-free, low calorie. Smarter evening snack swaps. Instead of try benefits. Cheddar and crackers, goat cheese and apple slices, less sodium, more fiber. Milk, unsweetened almond or oat milk, easier on digestion. Yogurt with added sugar. Plain Greek yogurt plus berries, higher protein, lower sugar. Cheese-heavy snack, handful of walnuts or pistachios, heart-healthy fats, magnesium for muscle recovery. Final thought, comfort shouldn't come at a cost. We all deserve a little comfort at the end of the day. But when your comfort food is secretly causing you discomfort, whether it's swelling, stiffness, or poor sleep, it's time to choose comfort that heals, not harms. It's not about giving up dairy, it's about giving your body what it needs when it needs it. With simple changes in type and timing, you can still enjoy your favorite rituals and wake up feeling better for it. Coming up in the next part of this video, we'll uncover mistake number 5. Eating refined carbs at dinner like white bread, white rice, and pasta, and how they quietly spike your blood sugar, disrupt sleep, and put extra pressure on your kidneys. You'll hear the story of Eleanor, a 71-year-old woman who thought she was eating light and clean until her legs started feeling like dead weight at night. Let's find out what she did to turn it all around. Part 7. Mistake number 5. Eating refined carbs at dinner, the hidden blood sugar roller coaster. Many of us grew up with dinner plates that looked like this. A piece of meat, a side of white rice, pasta, or mashed potatoes, maybe a slice of white bread, and if we're lucky, a few veggies. For Eleanor, a 71-year-old retired school secretary from Illinois, that routine never changed. "I keep it simple," she said. "Grilled chicken, a little rice or bread, steamed veggies. It's light, homemade, and it fills me up." But despite her clean eating habits, Eleanor began noticing disturbing symptoms over the past year. Her legs felt like lead every night, so heavy she could hardly roll over in bed. She woke up in the middle of the night with a jolt of pain or tingling in her toes. Her sleep was broken, shallow, and left her exhausted in the morning. Her doctor found nothing concerning in her labs. So, what was going on? After tracking her meals in a food journal, the answer became clear. The refined carbs in her dinners were quietly throwing her whole system off balance. Refined carbs, light on the fork, heavy on the body. White bread, white rice, regular pasta, these are known as refined carbohydrates. They're called refined because they've been stripped of fiber, B vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. What's left? A quickly digestible starch that turns into glucose, sugar, within minutes of eating. And for older adults, especially in the evening, that's a big problem. Why refined carbs are risky after 60. 1. Cause rapid blood sugar spikes and crashes. At night, your metabolism slows down. So when you eat fast-digesting carbs, blood sugar spikes quickly. Insulin rushes in to manage it. Your sugar drops rapidly, often while you're sleeping. This crash leads to nighttime wake-ups, sweating or sudden chills, leg cramps or tingling. 2. Increase insulin resistance over time. Regular blood sugar fluctuations can worsen insulin resistance, especially common in adults over 60. This puts more strain on your kidneys, your nerves, and your circulatory system, especially in your legs. 3. Deprive muscles and nerves of steady energy. Muscles, including those in your legs and feet, need a slow, steady supply of glucose to recover during sleep. Refined carbs deliver a sugar surge, then leave your body empty. The result? Muscles cramp, nerves misfire, You wake up feeling like your legs didn't rest at all. Eleanor's quiet struggle. Eleanor had no idea her simple dinner grilled chicken, half a cup of white rice, and steamed vegetables was triggering these issues. She had assumed that white rice was gentler and that bread helped her feel full. But once she started logging her sleep and leg symptoms after each meal, the connection became obvious. Her nutritionist helped her replace just a few ingredients, and within 10 days, everything changed. What Eleanor swapped? Old dinner item. New dinner choice, why it helped. White rice, brown rice, or quinoa. More fiber equals slower digestion. White bread sprouted grain toast stabilizes blood sugar overnight. No greens. Added leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, rich in magnesium, improves muscle function. No evening snack. Small piece of fruit plus nuts. Balanced blood sugar before bed. The result? Heaviness in her legs disappeared. No more tingling or burning feet at 3 a.m. She slept through the night for the first time in months. Her energy returned, and she felt stronger during the day. The medical impact of refined carbs. Refined carbs don't just mess with your sleep. Over time, they contribute to chronic inflammation, nerve damage in the lower limbs, kidney strain from unstable blood sugar, increased risk of type 2 diabetes in older adults 7 if blood sugar is normal now. And these effects often start quietly through leg discomfort, sleep trouble, and fatigue. Better carbs for dinner. Here are smart carb swaps that work better for your body after 60. Instead of try. Benefits. White rice, brown rice, wild rice, quinoa. Slow release, more minerals. White bread Ezekiel, or sprouted grain bread rich in fiber and B vitamins. Pasta, whole wheat pasta, chickpea pasta, better blood sugar control. Crackers or rolls, sweet potato, roasted squash, natural nutrient-dense carbs. Bonus tip, add a handful of leafy greens to every dinner. They contain magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals that help prevent cramps and support sleep. Final thought, light dinners shouldn't weigh you down. You might think, it's just a little rice or bread, it can't be the problem. But the truth is, for aging bodies, even small amounts of refined carbs at the wrong time can worsen sleep, strain the kidneys, disrupt circulation, and make your legs feel 10 pounds heavier. The good news? You don't have to give up comfort. You just have to choose the right kind of comfort. With smarter carbs, you can wake up rested, energized, and free of those strange nighttime leg symptoms. In the next section, we'll tackle the final mistake. Drinks you might sip after dinner, from that harmless glass of wine to sweetened teas and juices that could be causing dehydration, cramps, and extra work for your kidneys overnight. You'll meet Richard, a retired accountant who thought one glass of red wine a night was helping him sleep, until he realized it was doing the opposite. Let's explore what really happened and how you can hydrate for better health at night. Part 8. Mistake number 6. Nighttime alcohol and sugary drinks. The harmless sips that drain your body. There's nothing wrong with wanting something soothing to sip after dinner. A small glass of wine, a cold glass of sweet tea, maybe a bit of fruit juice while watching television. For Richard, a 75-year-old retired accountant from South Carolina, it was a nightly ritual. A little red wine helped me sleep, he said. And when it wasn't wine, I'd have some sweet iced tea, just felt relaxing. But over time, Richard noticed. He was waking up 2-3 times a night, either to use the bathroom or because of sharp leg cramps. His lower back felt sore in the morning. He started to feel groggy and fatigued, even after a full night in bed. His doctor said his kidney numbers were a little off, but not alarming. His blood pressure was fine. He wasn't diabetic. So what was the problem? It turned out to be his drinks. The quiet trouble with nighttime beverages. Many older adults don't realize how a small amount of alcohol or sugar in the evening can seriously affect kidney function, hydration, circulation to the legs and feet, and the quality of their sleep. Let's break it down. Why these drinks disrupt your body even in small amounts. 1. Alcohol is a diuretic. Even a small glass of wine or liquor causes increased urine production, dehydration especially while you sleep, more pressure on the kidneys to filter overnight. This leads to waking up to use the bathroom, dry mouth, cramping, and fatigue in the morning. Long-term kidney strain if repeated often. Your body wants to repair itself while you sleep, not be flushing out wine. 2. Sugary drinks spike your blood sugar and stress your kidneys. Sweet tea, fruit juices, flavored water even if they seem light, flood your bloodstream with glucose. That can lead to inflammation in small blood vessels, especially in your legs and kidneys, disrupted sleep from blood sugar fluctuations, more cramping and nerve irritation during the night. And over time, these small sugar loads add up, impacting circulation and kidney function without any dramatic warning signs. Dehydration equals a major cause of nighttime leg cramps. Here's what happens. Alcohol and sugar both pull water out of your cells. Your kidneys try to compensate, but it stresses their filtering capacity. Magnesium and potassium levels drop, minerals your muscles need to stay relaxed. Result? Painful cramps, especially in your calves, thighs, or feet, often around 2-4 a.m. Richard's small switch equals big relief. Richard didn't want to give up his relaxing evening habit, and he didn't have to. He simply made a few smarter choices. What Richard changed? Replaced red wine with a cup of herbal tea, like chamomile or cinnamon tea. Switched from sweet iced tea to cucumber and lemon-infused water. Ate a small piece of banana or a few almonds before bed to replenish potassium. Sipped a glass of water around 7:30 p.m., then cut off fluids before 9 p.m. to avoid late-night urination. The result? Slept through the night for the first time in months. No more 2 a.m. leg cramps. Woke up with less back soreness, better mood, and more clarity. Felt hydrated and lighter. I still relax with a warm drink every night. It just doesn't sabotage my sleep anymore, Richard shared. Common evening drinks and their impact. Drink what it does, better alternative. Red wine dehydrates, taxes kidneys. Herbal tea, chamomile, cinnamon, mint. Sweet iced tea, sugar spikes, dehydrates. Infused water, mint, lemon, cucumber. Fruit juice, high fructose, spikes blood sugar. Coconut water, unsweetened, small amount. Diet soda, contains artificial sweeteners, affects kidneys and gut. Sparkling water with lemon. Important insight: your kidneys are working even when you're not. After 60, your kidneys filter slower than they used to, have lower water reserves, are more sensitive to sodium, sugar, and alcohol. They need rest just as much as your muscles and brain do. And one of the best gifts you can give them is clean, hydrating fluids before bed, not drinks that work against them. 5-minute nighttime drink ritual, kidney-friendly. Try this tonight. Boil water. Add a cinnamon stick plus slice of ginger plus a few mint leaves. Let steep 5-10 minutes. Add a drop of lemon, optional. Sip slowly 30-60 minutes before bed. This helps reduce inflammation, soothe digestion, hydrate gently, support muscle relaxation and kidney function. Final thought: rethink what you sip. We often talk about what to eat, but what you drink matters just as much, especially after dinner. Your evening drink can either heal you or slowly drain you. By making small, intentional swaps, you can sleep deeper, reduce leg discomfort, support kidney recovery, and still enjoy the calming ritual of a nighttime beverage. In the next and final part of this series, we'll wrap everything up with a full summary of all 6 dinner mistakes, key takeaways for protecting your legs and kidneys, and a simple 7-day dinner reset plan to help you start fresh starting tonight. If you've made it this far, You're already ahead of the curve. Let's finish strong and take real steps toward a healthier evening routine. Part 9. The 6 dinner mistakes, summary, and your 7-day reset plan for healthier legs, better sleep, and stronger kidneys. If you followed along through this journey, you now know that what you eat and drink at dinner has a major impact on how your body feels, functions, and recovers after age 60. Let's take a moment to step back, connect the dots, and give you a clear path forward. A quick recap. The 6 common dinner mistakes. Mistake what it does. 1. Too much hidden sodium. Frozen meals, canned soups, packaged foods. Causes fluid retention, swollen legs, nighttime urination, and kidney strain. 2. Eating red meat too late disrupts digestion, increases inflammation, prevents deep sleep, and overworks kidneys. 3. Sugary sauces and dressings. Spikes blood sugar, inflames blood vessels in legs and kidneys, disrupts circulation. 4. Late-night dairy, especially cheese and milk, increases saturated fat and sodium, leads to heavy legs, stiffness, and poor recovery. 5. Refined carbs at dinner. White rice, white bread, pasta, triggers, blood sugar, roller coasters, leg cramps, and morning fatigue. 6. Drinking alcohol or sugary beverages at night dehydrates you, causes leg cramps, kidney overload, and sleep disruption. The good news: it's all reversible. None of the damage is permanent. These are not lifelong sentences. With just a few targeted adjustments, you can sleep deeper, wake up energized, move more freely, and give your kidneys the break they deserve. Your 7-day dinner reset plan. Here's a gentle but powerful 7-day reset you can start tonight. No crash dieting, no complicated prep, just simple shifts based on everything we've covered. Day 1. Awareness Day. Check your pantry and fridge, look at sodium and sugar labels. Identify 3 hidden sodium or sweet sauce items to reduce. Begin a sleep and symptom journal. Note your dinner, sleep quality, and how your legs feel. Day 2. Low sodium focus. Swap one processed dinner item, like frozen soup or boxed meals, for homemade. Use herbs, lemon juice, garlic, or pepper instead of salt. Drink at least 1 full glass of water between 6-7 p.m. Day 3. Meat timing reset. Move red meat, beef, pork, lamb, to lunchtime. Choose fish, beans, or eggs for dinner instead. Add 1 magnesium-rich veggie to dinner, like spinach or kale. Day 4. Sauce and flavor fix. Replace BBQ, ketchup, or store-bought dressing with a homemade vinaigrette, olive oil plus lemon juice plus garlic plus herbs. Try seasoning with turmeric, cumin, or smoked paprika for deep flavor. Log any difference in nighttime discomfort or sleep. Day 5. Smart carbs. Replace white rice or bread with quinoa, sweet potato, or sprouted grain toast. Add a handful of leafy greens to dinner. Eat dinner no later than 6:30-7 p.m. Day 6. Hydration and nighttime beverage. Skip wine, sweet tea, or juice after dinner. Try a warm herbal tea, chamomile, cinnamon, or ginger mint. Include a small potassium-rich snack, banana, almond, or a few pistachios. Day 7. Build your new routine. Choose your favorite dinner swaps from the week. Make a shopping list of staples: low-sodium broth, fresh herbs, whole grains. Reflect on your symptom journal. Are you sleeping better? Legs feel lighter? If even one thing improved, hold on to it. Build on it. You've started a powerful shift. Lessons to carry forward. Your legs and kidneys are directly affected by what's on your plate. Even small foods, like sauces or crackers, can have big impacts over time. It's never too late to support healing. Your body is still listening. Simple swaps can bring back energy, reduce pain, and restore your nights. Final thoughts from the doctor. If you've made it this far, you've done something most people never do. You've taken real ownership of your health in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. You've recognized that aging doesn't mean decline, it means adapting with wisdom. And now you have tools to sleep deeper, protect your kidneys, wake up without leg pain, and feel more in control of your life again. So tonight, when you sit down for dinner, ask yourself, am I feeding my body or am I tiring it out before it even gets to rest? And if you ever doubt whether the change is worth it, just remember how good one pain-free morning feels. Before you go, if you found this video helpful, give it a like so more older adults can find it. Share it with a friend or family member who's been struggling with restless nights or leg issues. And subscribe to Healthy Aging Bites for more practical, science-based health tips for seniors. And don't forget, you can download your free 7-day dinner reset checklist in the video description to make these steps even easier to follow. See you in the next video, where we'll dive into kidney-friendly breakfasts that keep your energy up and your blood pressure down all morning long. Until then, sleep well, stay strong, and take good care of yourself. You've earned it.